Good morning, this is Teresa from Pumpkin Glass. Wanted to let you know that we have a large number of beads on our trunk show this month from Nirvana that have 2mm holes, or some even larger, like these pearls I have in my hand have 3.5mm holes for leather or big bunches of cord. If you're making like a chandelier style bracelet and need to run a lot up the center. So I thought I'd show you a couple things that I made with them. I put together this little leather bracelet with these lapis beads. This is 1.5mm leather. Just strung them on, centered them, tied a couple knots. Let me open this up to show you this end. Brought one tail of the leather around and did an overhand knot with both pieces to make the loop. And on this end, I went through the button and came back and tied my leather around the strand of the bracelet so whoever gets it can adjust the length of the bracelet here because it's a sliding knot, and I'm going to tie that again here in a couple minutes so you can see that. And then a quick pair of earrings. Again, 1.5mm leather, a couple pewter beads with holes large enough that I could glue 2 pieces of leather in there. So I've just got these lapis beads strung on the leather and then glued back into these pewter beads, and I decided to add a couple little bright blue ties there just to give them a little spark. And I started making this lariat to show you how easy this is for you to do. This is one end of it that I've already finished, and I thought I would do the other end here now with you. These are a couple Tree of Life charms from Nunn Designs, and I also have a hammered tube here from Teresa. So I cut a 48-inch piece of leather. Might seem kind of long, but there's a lot of the length that are going to be taken up by the knots here. So what I did on this end, I'll do now, which is, these are the beads that I had left from my strand from making this bracelet and earrings. So this has all been made with one strand of lapis beads for $16. And let me string on 4 of these beads. And then I put on this hammered tube. It's fine silver plate. One more of the lapis beads. And then my Tree of Life charm in bright silver. I kind of like this for a change so it doesn't have the antiquing on it. You just get that bright silver look. So I'm going to pull the tail through so that I have about 6 inches here to work with to tie my knot. And I'm going to wrap that 6-inch piece around the long piece of my necklace 3 times, and try not to let those overlap themselves. And then I'm going to come with my tail and poke it back through those wraps from the beginning so it crosses over them on the outside. And I don't want to lose too much of the length of my necklace, so I'm going to tighten it up with the tail that I pulled through and the other side of the leather. There we go. And this is a sliding knot like I showed you that I tied on that bracelet. So I can slide this down to my tree and pull the slack out of it before I tighten it up and trim it completely. I'm going to take a little hypo cement here and squeeze some of that glue inside my knot. So I know that when I trim my tail, it will be secure. And the pair of pliers, I'm gonna just pull that up nice and tight. Here we go. Trim off the extra cord. Slide my beads down. And I tied a double overhand knot here just because just a single overhand knot tends to make your leather kind of wing out at a right angle, and I don't like that look. So I'm going to make a loop and pull the tail through twice instead of once. And as I tighten it, I want to just guide that down so that it stays on top of my beads. There we go. So this is kind of long, so it's going off camera, but just wrap that around the back of your neck, and it's nicely weighted with these charms in the front. And I've got my earrings and my bracelet. So stop by and check out the beads. We have lots of leather colors. These would also go on the 1/8 inch deer tan. So we'll see you soon.